Welcome to the TubeBuddy Express podcast, brought to you by TubeBuddy, the #1 tool to make your YouTube life easy. Each week, we discuss how you can utilize TubeBuddy to enhance your YouTube experience and make your life as a creator easier. And now, here's your host, Dusty Porter.
Hello, wonderful people of the internet. Dusty back again with episode 93 of the TubeBuddy Express podcast. I am here today to talk all things YouTube, and we are always brought to you by the fine folks over at TubeBuddy. As you can probably tell, or the hint there from the title of the show, it is that one tool that I use that is just, again, I go back every single day and I utilize one feature or one of many features that TubeBuddy offers me. And now I can utilize the app as well on iOS and Android. So if you haven't already, click the link in the show notes. What have you been waiting for? Download TubeBuddy today. You will not regret it. So today we're going to be talking about a fun thing. So this is a prerequisite here. Always, one of the big questions I get as a YouTube educator, publicly making myself, available for people to ask questions about their YouTube channels to help them improve doing these podcasts. I get multiple emails a week, sometimes even a day. Dusty, how do I make money on YouTube? What are some ways to diversify my income streams as a small YouTuber, as a large YouTuber? Today's topic, we're going to be talking about the YouTube sponsor button. So, what kind of brought this on? Well, about a week ago, I got access to the sponsor button on my main channel. I requested the feature. Again, it's in beta right now. Again, it will be rolling out to everyone, not just gaming channels. That was kind of the history of the button, right? Years ago, this button was provided to strictly gaming channels, kind of to compete with Twitch in the subscription option over there on Twitch. But now it's going to be readily available for everyone as long as they meet the prerequisites. And so you can look for those. I'm not going to cover those today in this episode. I'm going to be talking about the sponsor button, what it means for you as a creator, and ways that you can use it for your channel to basically increase revenue outside of ad revenue. I said revenue twice there. It's kind of redundant. But anyways, it's a way to diversify your income stream. So first we need to realize what this is. So sponsorships, think of it as like a subscribe button on Twitch or basically a monthly fee. People will be subscribing to you, paying you a monthly fee of $4.99 each month, and you'll get a cut of that. You won't get all of that. Obviously, YouTube will be getting a portion of that. Again, 70% of the net revenue through AdSense. So again, they'll get 30, you'll get 70. That's the split as of right now. And again, larger YouTubers may be getting a bigger split. I'm not sure. So basically, you'll get a sponsor button on your channel and your video pages right next to the subscribe button. It's a slightly different color blue. I know I'm going into pretty big details, pretty small details here, but I want you to understand kind of what it is. So with the sponsor button, you offer special perks or promotions to your YouTube fans who are going to be willing to pay you the $4.99 a month. So obviously, some people may just hit that button because they love what you do and they're going to sponsor your content regardless of what the perks are. But in order to get more people to sponsor, if you increase or up the perks or up the ante, then you will have more of a likelihood for people to sponsor with you. So kind of where you navigate, if you go to community over on your Creator Studio, underneath subscribers, you're going to see something new now that says sponsorships. It's going to be right above Super Chat. Now, again, not everyone has access to this currently, but in the future you will. So I'm kind of getting you ready, kind of future-proofing your channel for this opportunity. Now, the sponsor button will be available on both desktop and mobile devices, so you don't have to worry about that. I know sometimes things get rolled out later for mobile. That is not the case. I think YouTube realizes how big of a deal mobile is. And so the sponsor button will be there on mobile as well. Now, when you get access to the sponsorships option and you start setting it up, there's a few things you need to know. I've had this for a week. I have been very tempted to go ahead and click that button that says turn on sponsorships. But I have actually hired some people to help me design some aesthetics, some things for my sponsorship setup and rollout. That way I think I can have a better, I guess you would say, result when they do roll out. So there's a few things you got to go. The first step that YouTube has you do is set up your perks. So basically with sponsorships, you will be delivering perks. So some examples of perks will be sponsor-only live streams, sponsor-only software giveaways or giveaways for your sponsors, sponsor-only Skype calls, or maybe there's other things that you want to do. I'm doing one for a private Discord channel for my sponsors on my YouTube channel. So there's a bunch of different things that you can do. They give you some examples from some larger YouTube channels. Some of them would be early access to new videos, exclusive monthly live streams, like I mentioned, sponsor shout outs in every video, just a bunch of really cool things that you can do for the people willing to throw you a few dollars a month. So again, perks are important. I have about 4 of them in place right now. They do have to be approved by YouTube, so you'll have to get those in pretty quickly. Next are badges. The next 2 are more for aesthetic purposes, for when they comment on videos or when they are in your live streams. It makes them feel special. The first one is badges. So sponsors get a special badge next to their names in the comment section and live chat to recognize your fans who have been loyal to you for months at a time. You can change their badge the longer they stay sponsored to you. So change the color, change the aesthetic look of that badge. That's pretty cool. Like they give an example of like a little seedling and then growing up to be a full plant, which is pretty cool. So for like a new subscriber, for a new sponsor, maybe they get like a green badge, and then for someone who's been sponsored for like a year, maybe they get a golden badge. So again, I've hired someone to design these for myself, for my channel. You can design these. They got to be 320 by 320 pixels. Again, unless you're a graphic designer or artist, it might be best to kind of take this offsite and let someone do it for you. Next will be emojis. Now, the emojis are really cool. These are things that in chat your sponsors will be able to include in their chat. It shows, again, gives them a little something special. Think of these as, again, like the emojis that Twitch provides. It's very similar to the subscription model of Twitch, kind of what YouTube is doing. And again, I think it's very smart, as Twitch has been very successful with that model. Again, the emoji system has to be 48 by 48 pixels and less than 1 megabyte. I've gotten someone to design these for me as well. The next step will be to prepare your announcement. So you'll want to create a sponsorship announcement video or a sponsor, maybe an announcement on your community tab or something like that, just explaining what people will be getting with your sponsors. And then obviously YouTube has a sponsor-only tab for you to basically post stuff, text and polls and things like that just for your sponsors. So that's basically a rundown of kind of what sponsors are, what they can be for you as a creator. Let's talk about the benefits for smaller, medium, and large size creators. As someone on YouTube who, are looking for ways to monetize outside of ad revenue, which we always say you can't put all of your eggs in one basket, the sponsor tab is going to give people an ability for smaller YouTube channels to have people who are really bought into what they're doing sponsor and support them monetarily. And what happens is, let's say you have 5,000 subscribers on your YouTube channel. Well, you're probably not making that much ad revenue unless you have a bunch of viral videos or you're getting way more views than you're getting subscribers. More than likely, you're not making that much money ad revenue-wise. That's fine. That's, to be expected. But if you open up things to sponsorships, then you have, let's say, a very small portion of those 5,000 people. Let's say only 100 of those people decide to throw you $5. Okay, well, that's $500, minus the 30%. Let's say you're making a few $100 now that you were not making. That's going to allow you to increase the production quality because of equipment, things like that. Now, let's take that number up to say you've got 20,000 subscribers. To most people, this is not a lot of people. But let's say, okay, did I do my math right there? I think I did. Yes, I did. Let's say you have 1,000 people throw you $500. I'm sorry, throw you $5. That would be a lot of money. Throw you $5 for a sponsorship minus the 30%. Let's say you're about average out to about $3. Think about that. $3,000. And it's really not that far-fetched to think that a smaller channel of, say, 20 or 50K could get at least 500, 1,000 people willing to sponsor them on their channel. This is a big deal. Okay? So I don't want to understate the amount of, I guess you would say, the game changer that this could be for you and your channel. So I encourage you, be patient. It will be rolling out to everyone soon. When you get it, I encourage you to take a breath, Don't immediately turn the sponsorship button on. Get the stuff lined out, plan a rollout, maybe even do a video announcement about it, and go from there. Don't get too antsy with it. I know it's exciting. I know it's a new way to make money, but be patient, and I promise you guys, it'll do more for your channel in the future and in the long run, and you'll end up making more money. Hopefully you like this podcast episode. If you did, hit that subscribe button on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher Radio, wherever you consume your podcasting content. We release these every single Friday. Thank you, TubeBuddy, again for allowing me to do these every single Friday. Again, we're at episode 93 now, about 7 away from the big 100. So that's pretty exciting as well. And we will talk to you guys in the next one.